What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company with your host, Jackie Marshall Clark.
This is the March edition of the What's New Radio. I'm Jackie Marshall Clark. If you have seen our 2020 calendar, the theme for March, April is value. And here's my reminder today that you can count on us for value. Stop for one moment and truly appreciate the electricity around you. Are you holding a cell phone? Are you in your kitchen? Just look around at all the appliances that make life easy. Do you have an air-conditioned office? Are you working on a computer, using a point-of-sale machine that makes payments and trade so much easier when buying lunch or shopping? That's the value of electricity, pouring every moment of every day in your home or strengthening our economy in culture and tourism.
Over 100 years of serving this country, Barbados Light and Power Company. From Christchurch to St. Lucie, Barbados Light and Power Company. Your satisfaction is our priority, Barbados Light and Power Company. Here to supply all your power needs, Barbados Light and Power Company. We're here to serve you. You can count on us. You can count on us. We're here to serve you. You can count on us. You can count on us. Over 100 years of reliability, Barbados Light and Power Company. Your satisfaction is our priority, Barbados Light and Power Company. You can count on us.
There's something about that jingle that always makes me smile. Let me extend a welcome to my guest today, Sandra Boyce, Media Resource Officer, and Burkley Lowe, Acting Chief Media Resource Officer from the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. Good to have you both.
It's good to be here.
It's always a pleasure, Jackie.
Good. Thank you, Burkley and Sandra. And we've been talking about value today and the value of electricity. Sandra, I'm throwing it out to you. What did you do today to use electricity?
So many things, Jackie. I think it's a tool that you can't do without. So from charging my devices, even at work with my laptop, everything needs electricity. So it was totally a part of my day.
And what about at home?
Of course, preparing for work. You have to iron your clothes. It's something we can't do without.
And what's the male perspective, Burkley? Is electricity valuable to you as well?
I would say so, because my day starts by turning on the light so I can see where I go. And then I do my normal morning exercise where I use a treadmill. And while running on the treadmill, I listen to music.
All right then.
So those are the three areas for sure that I use electricity before I leave home.
And the television is on in the background, and your wife is busy in the kitchen with the coffee maker and the toaster oven and all those other things. And of course, the fridge is there quietly purring along, holding all the cold storage, and we can continue. We love to talk about the value of the product to the lives that we live every day. So thanks for sharing that. So Light and Power is in partnership with the Media Resource Department. And together we launched this year the Electricity and Renewable Energy Science Exposition for schools at the Roland Edwards Primary School in St. Peter. It's our 5th Expo. And you said, Burkley, at the launch that Light and Power was being a good corporate citizen. What did you mean by that?
Yes, Jackie, a good corporate citizen, or entity in this case, is guided by strong ethical standards in how it does business. Recognizing the symbiotic relationship among the customers and employees, BLP supports by giving back to the community. For example, we may look at the $25,000 in sponsorships each year for the Electrical and Renewable Energy Science Exposition, but BLP also send their engineers to participate in schools to guide students and staff in better ways of getting these ideas to fruition.
Well, thank you for all that recognition. And over the years, we've had about 35 secondary and primary schools participate, and together they had about 75 projects. Sandra, tell me about the exposition. It's a competition, right?
Yes, it's a competition, and the exposition will be held from May the 20th until the 22nd. Now, it's open to students age 7 to 18 in the primary and the secondary schools. And of course, we will have prizes: first, second, and third in the primary, and first, second, and third in the secondary as well. The entries can be investigative or they can be inventive, but they must all focus on the use of electricity and or alternate sources of energy. Now, there are many places that you can register. Of course, you can go to our website, www.mrd.gov.bb, or you can visit our Facebook page, MRD Barbados, or our IG page, MRD Barbados, and you can find the link in our bio there. And of course, if you visit the IG page of the Barbados Light and Power Company, you'll also find the link in their bio. The deadline for registration is March 31st, so we want to encourage persons to get on board. You have about 32 days. So make sure that you sign up and visit any of those places to do so.
Do you remember any of the wonderful displays that we've had over the years? I sure do.
Well, I can think about the Farmer's Friend, which was a project done by one of the students from the Frederick Smith Secondary, Ron Thomas. An invention that keeps the monkeys away from the crops. And I know that lots of persons were very interested in this, and this invention used solar to power it. And then, of course, there was the boombox / USB player / radio that was also solar powered by Delron as well.
He did a wonderful and a remarkable job. We haven't gotten that product to keep the monkeys away to market as yet.
Okay. I haven't seen it as yet, but I'm sure it's on its way.
And Burkley, what about you? What was memorable for you?
For me, the most memorable project would have been the boys and girls of the Belmont Primary School who would have done the solar village, right? The solar village, where everything was renewable. Everything, it was a system of an ecosystem with electricity. And for children at that age to produce something of that standard, I thought was quite remarkable in the sense that they were thinking about their community and their environment.
That's right. And I remember that display well. They had the church included, they had the village market included, the houses included, a school included, all that as well. And yes, it was all powered by solar. And I did like the thinking behind that. And you know what I like to Burkley is to see the excitement of the children as you come by and they seek to explain what their project is all about.
That was remarkable as well. And I remember the Minister of Education at the point in time was speaking to one of the boys and he made a mistake in his question. Or actually, it wasn't a mistake, it was a jive to see if the boy really knew what he was talking about. And he said, no, Minister. And then he explained the detailed step by step, the process, which means that our young people are into science and they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing.
So Burkley, would you say then that this exposition is really having an impact on the students?
It is having a significant impact, developing life skills, because science helps children to develop skills such as problem solving, communication, and research. And it is not often that the scientific result happen immediately. Hence, doing science also teaches children to be patient and to persevere. Scientific skills help children to generate ideas, develop strategies, and to use evidence in decision making.
And it's even wonderful to see them then take all the skills and knowledge gained here and take it further. I think about Dwayne Archer, and you're both familiar with Dwayne. And we saw him go off to university last year, to the university in Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada. Remember him?
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes,
How can we forget?
Certainly a product of the exposition and, of course, his good teaching. It was at College and Parry, and he went on to win again at the St. Michael's School. He's done well, Dwayne, and we continue to wish him very well. The prizes and the awards, Sandra, you mentioned it before, they're usually valued at $25,000 each year for the schools and the students. And I think this year we're going to add more and add another category. What's that?
This year, we are extremely excited about adding the category where persons can enter individually outside of the school. Now, in the past, we've had entries being made by the school, and they were only allowed a maximum of 2. And so perhaps you may have had a student at the school who wanted to participate, but the school was unable to enter that student. And so this year, we are very excited to let our participants know that they can now enter individually. And what that means is, with the help of a parent or another adult, a student can create a project and bring that project to the Science Exposition Fair and have an opportunity to win one of those prizes.
So, Sandra, I just want to thank you all again for being good partners for this electricity and renewable energy science exposition. We've worked with you well over the years, and so thank you again to everybody at the Media Resource Department and to the Ministry of Education.
Thanks, Jackie. It's always a pleasure to work with the Barbados Light and Power. You are a good corporate citizen, and you always show that. And the Media Resource Department would always be willing to work with entities who demonstrate the acumen that you do.
Well, thank you, Burkley, and thank you, Sandra. Thank you both for coming in today and for sharing all the information on the Science Expo. It is always a highlight on my calendar, and I look forward to it every year. So this year, the display of projects and judging will take place on Thursday, May the 21st. And don't forget, the final date for entries is March 31st.
Incoming mail. Inbox.
This month's customer question is a frequently asked question from landlords. Can I temporarily disconnect the electricity service until I get a new tenant? The answer comes from Tamara Brown, Senior Supervisor, Customer Experience. Customers may opt to temporarily disconnect the electricity for a period not longer than 6 months, after which they would be required to have the service re-inspected by GEED and submit to us a certificate from GEED. This certifies that their service meets our requirements. We also recommend that the landlord transfers the account to their name, which can then be changed again when the space is rented. So, landlords, yes, you can temporarily disconnect the electricity, but don't leave it too long. As soon as you have a new tenant, complete our new tenant form, sign it, and give it to your new tenant, who will bring it to us for verification and transfer along with their ID. Thanks for your question. If you have a query for our inbox, you can email us at whatsnew@blpc.com.bb or call customer service at 626-4300.
Hi, I am Cindy Calendar. My job takes me into the field every day. I am one of the persons who may have visited your property to upgrade your meter. And if you haven't seen me yet, you soon may. Switching your meter to a new advanced metering infrastructure one may seem like a small thing, but it is a big part of Light and Power's grid modernization program. I am happy to play my part in helping the company and the country to achieve the goal of 100% renewable energy by 2030. I am Light and Power. Count on me, count on us.
Well, that's it for this month. Thank you for your time. If you have a comment to share, you can email us at whatsnew@blpc.com.bb or connect with us on Facebook or Instagram, BLPC Online, or use Twitter at @TweetBLPC. Our Garrison office is open Mondays to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or you can call 626-4300 for customer assistance. Our 24-hour emergency hotline is 626-9000. I'm Jackie Marshall Clark, Manager, Communications and Government Relations. Have a safe day, everyone.
This program was produced for the Barbados Light and Power Company by SFA Communications.